Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. All the guys want, I want what Mayweather got. I want what Mayweather got. You done bust your ass like Mayweather. I was trying to fight every fighter. I sacrificed a lot to get to where I got you.
What do you bring to the team?
Let's get this on. Let's do it. Where's like this? Wait.
All right, that's it. Hold on. Bernard, everybody calm down.
Man, you know how these bitches is in the sport. Total disrespect. Kid has no class, no style at all. I sacrificed a lot. ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another immediate reaction show. Today, we're going to be talking about the official weigh-in between Canelo Alvarez and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Chavez shocks the world straight up and down. He made weight, but he went above and beyond. He went half a pound underneath. So both men made weight. They're looking good. They both look in spirits, and this is what we're going to be talking about briefly. If this is something you're interested in, you want to give your take on what you thought about the live weigh-in that had almost 40,000 people watching. Yeah, call us up at 1-425-569-5241. We're talking about right now. We're going to be taking numbers, and anybody want to call us internationally by saving some money, just call up, add Nestor Gibbs on Skype, NESTORGI. BBS. Let's head on out to the Golden State, the home of my co-host, the good Hipster.
DiBiase production.
This is a beautiful performance against a very tough guy in Michael Johnson. How do you feel about it?
Fuck that. Conor McGregor.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
You know me, Larry. From a wicked entrance, from a flip over the rope into a knockout. Now, when the main thing is, I just hope the guy, I wish.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yes, the hipsters here. Haters beware. And I think all the Canelo haters, all the Chavez haters, you guys can go away for a night. You know, there's nothing to say here. Both guys made the weight. I thought both guys looked pretty well. I thought both guys looked pretty healthy, especially considering the weight cut that a lot of us were predicting for Chavez Jr. If you guys do not know, we were doing a live show about it on patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. If you don't know what that is, go check it out.
Yeah, definitely, man. It was good. We had a couple of people there with us, and a couple meaning way more than two. Bruce, shout out to Bruce, Coach Mitty, Dennis, Oscar, a bunch that were there. I guess the main question is, how'd he look to you? Does he look fit? You know, does he look healthy? Does he look like he can rehydrate properly? Are the questions that I'm sure are on the minds of thousands, if not millions, of Mexican and boxing fans alike.
And my personal answer for all those questions is a yes. I thought he looked pretty healthy. I thought just with his demeanor and the way he was acting after he stepped on the scale and stepped off the scale, there was no rush to the Pedialytes. He looked happy. I thought both guys looked extremely healthy, considering both Canelo moving up 10.5 pounds for the first time and considering Chavez cutting that much weight for the first time in so many years. So I think it's time that we put away the weight as an asterisk in this fight or as a potential factor in this fight. I think when it comes to Saturday night and after Saturday night, none of us are going to be talking about this weight or the potential $1 million fine per pound that Chavez was over. He made it. Canelo looked healthy. Chavez looked healthy. It's fight night, in my opinion, or fight day, in my opinion, almost.
Should we be acting more surprised that Chavez came in at 164, that he was able to make, I mean, because a lot of the build up to this fight was, oh, he's going to be drained. Oh, he's not going to be able to make the weight. There's $1 million for every pound. Should we be more surprised that not only did he make it, but he came in a half a pound under? Is that like a subliminal? I mean, because remember, we talked a lot about him being subliminally trying to get into, you know, Canelo's mind, right? In the face-off, he spoke only English. Maybe now it's like, hey, you wanted me to get into your ridiculous catch weight because you were afraid to fight me at a normal weight. Here, I'm going to get under it now.
I definitely think that half pound was subliminal. But if Canelo also did a half pound under as well, but it's different. There's a different context and connotation with Chavez doing that extra half pound. Definitely a subliminal in my mind. And I just think that, I know a lot of people are going to call in or think that Chavez did look weight drained. And I just don't think that's true, first off. And to answer your question about being surprised, if we didn't have the lead up to this of Chavez looking to be dedicated to the sport, looking to get in great shape, definitely seemed committed to this weight cut, and plus you add on Memo, I think there was if he did miss weight or if he did look awful, I think that would have been more of a surprise because of the factors around him.
Totally agree, man. Totally agree. I mean, what I'm looking at, though, is the size difference. And again, I know I said it yesterday. Chavez gives up his height. He bends over. But, I mean, I'm watching him tower over Canelo. Can there be a universe that exists tomorrow night where he can actually use this height advantage as an advantage?
Well, if you believe in the multiverse theory that there's an infinite number of universes with every possible outcome, then yes, 100% there's a universe where Chavez uses his height and his reach and uses a jab to control the range and control the pace of the fight. Does that happen? I am still highly skeptical of that. And it has nothing to do with the weight. It has to do with the skill, the technique, and the game planning that Chavez never really has had in his career. If he has it now, I would be surprised about that.
Man, Chavez, we watched it live on Patreon, and I couldn't really see the definition in his muscle, right? I mean, you and I questioned, did he lose a lot of muscle mass? But looking at these still shots, he's got a pretty decent looking frontal view. What I don't see is any muscle mass on the arms or the shoulders. And I'm wondering to myself, is this going to take away from his power? Is this going to affect his stamina? But before anyone answers that, let's get back out to the Garden State to get the immediate reaction on this weigh-in of Enrique Church, a.k.a. the Casual Fan.
What's up, man? Yeah, I just want to say I saw the fight too.
Stay focused, stay working my jab.
I saw the fight too.
Because if he comes to fight, then I'm going to have to look for him.
I saw the fight too.
I think he's accurate.
Un saludo a mi gente mexicano. Yo, my reaction, Chavez is looking like a fighter. He has the boxing physique, that long length. I know yesterday we mentioned, or Nestor mentioned, or Matt mentioned about his height being compromised, bending over, and Canelo will then attack that body and destroy it. We don't know. We just hope, I hope exactly as I stated yesterday, I hope that he does use that length, that long arm. He is towering over Canelo. Canelo is the one that's with the muscular shoulders. Does that slow him down? Does that make him a hobble fighter when he's in that ring? So, yeah, those are my reactions. He doesn't look weight drained. He looks healthy. He's about to go eat right now probably and fill up and become a big 170 pound fighter tomorrow night.
Enrique, did you catch it live?
Did not catch it live. I actually went logged on and fast forward on the stream to seeing Chavez walk down, who looks a little bit lean as well. So yeah, I saw it replay of it.
Yeah, speaking of lean, man, I really like the way that Canelo looks. Canelo looks very healthy. He looks filled out. Mario Lopez, where there was,
but he doesn't look too bulky either. Canelo doesn't look like he's gained too much weight.
A little muscle mass, he looks like he gained.
But he's sort of always been muscle bound, I would say.
He looks a little bit more muscular on the shoulders to me.
I think he looks wide in terms of the wingspan.
That too, but that's a good thing. The wings are always good for a fighter. Ken Porter was saying something about the wings in the past. Wings just means that he's working on that power. He did throw also, Chavez threw a punch right after the face-off.
Well, that was actually Canelo through the two-piece and got the crowd going insane after that.
I meant that, but the crowd also went insane when they heard Chavez wait. So let's not go crazy, you know. The
Yes, you're absolutely right. And let me tell you, you know, now that you bring up the crowd going crazy for Chavez, there were some boos for Canelo, were they not, Matthew?
No, there definitely was. And we even have reporters on the scene. Michael Woods, for example, tweeted that there was actually quite a bit of boos that were there live that maybe did not translate as well on camera or across television, quote unquote, even though it was online. But I think that Chavez, for some reason, is the fan favorite in this fight. Everyone loves an underdog story. Everyone loves a redemption story. And Chavez is both of those rolled up into one.
You know, the source of that is that he didn't fight Triple G. That's the source of the whole booing.
It's both. It's one is there's definitely a section of fans that do not like Canelo because of the Triple G situation. But there's I'm talking about the Mexican fans, people that are there live. They love this redemption story, this underdog story of Chavez Jr., the connection with his father. I think that in terms of the people that are there live, that means more to them than Triple G. I could be wrong, but that's my interpretation of it.
The Mexican boxing fans, they're like the United Kingdom fans. They show up for their fighters. So 2 Mexicans on Cinco de Mayo weekend definitely is a big draw. I personally have a little bit of dislike for Canelo because he false promises, man, and he acts like he's the guy holding boxing down when in fact the last 8 weeks have been the best boxing before this fight. You know what I'm saying? And we also still got Kell Brooks versus Errol Spence.
But isn't he holding it down? When you look at the sea of people that are out there for this fight, it reminded me of Mayweather-Pacquiao weigh-in. I was live at the Mayweather-Pacquiao weigh-in, and that's how big of a room it took for the amount of people that wanted to see those two guys weigh in. Let's not forget they even charged $10 for that weigh-in. I mean, there's a lot of people there, and there were a lot of people that thought this wasn't a big fight. Oscar himself said when he signed it, he didn't think it would be as big as it is, and look at what it's become. I'm still predicting upwards of I think 1 million. I think this does 1 million. I see the demand in the public out there. Listen, I want to say before I pass it back to one of my co-hosts, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button. Why? Because it helps with the visibility of the show, puts the show in front of more people, and obviously you're letting us know that you appreciate the hard work. But yeah, I mean,
let me get into this one. Let me go, man.
Well, go for it, Cash. I mean, are you gonna buy it? Well, actually, you're coming over here to watch it, right?
I'm going over there. I might buy it just to have it on record.
Cheap.
Just to have it on record. But the real deal is there's a machine behind all these people showing up, right? There's the promotion, which is Oscar De La Hoya. So he has a big machine around Canelo. It's the same machine that produced Manny Pacquiao, the same machine that produced Floyd Money Mayweather. So that is why this place is filled up. There's a lot of money behind this. Of course, it's a big fight, Cinco de Mayo weekend. Who got rich off of that? Floyd Money Mayweather. Who said, yo, what a beautiful blueprint? Golden Boy Productions and Canelo Chavez, their Golden Goose. So I would not, and having Junior face Canelo, 2 Mexicans, and titling it the King of Mexico for bragging rights also makes that room fill up. Come on, this is a fight they were talking about in the barbershop today, man. People who barely watch boxing.
Bro, everybody's been talking to me about this fight, man. Everybody. These guys are known. That's the thing. That's the thing.
This is fight party worthy too. This is a fight party worthy fight.
And you know why though? Why is it fight party worthy when don't you feel you know the outcome?
It's a spectacle. It doesn't matter if you think somebody's going to win. I think it's just the spectacle of it. It's an event. It's not. It doesn't matter about the sport of it or who's going to win. It's just an event.
All right. I like that you use those words, right? So who made it the event?
Mexicans. Oh, these are Mexican holidays, Cinco de Mayo and Mexican Independence Day.
Hence the room is filled. Hence Oscar De La Hoya putting this fight together. That's what it is. We all know fights are.
But this is also subliminal message at the other people that think that they belong in the A-side negotiation table. There is no dictating when it comes to Canelo Alvarez. He is the boss.
In the beginning, Jay-Z and Damon Dash, they said it cost $100,000 just to give him that image. So let's not talk about how much money it cost just to be the A-side.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So
it costs the price to be the boss, and Canelo did that. That's what he's trying to tell Chavez. Like, I sucked down to 152 before because I wanted to be the A side. I did it. He's taken his concessions when he fought Cotto. He got the shorter check, you know. And he's done it to be the A side.
And let me correct myself. I wasn't saying that Mayweather started the whole Cinco de Mayo weekend, but he did exploit it and made most of his money on both Mexican holidays.
And you can definitely argue he exploited it more than anyone else.
And exploited is not a bad word, so let's not.
No, casual. Yeah. But wait a minute. You know why you probably thought that is because you associate with Mayweather, or he brought you to those weekends more than Mexican boxing did, and then you found out, oh, Mayweather's fighting on Cinco de Mayo weekend. It's actually a Mexican holiday, but you probably were brought there by, like many, because of Floyd.
Right. You're absolutely correct.
Let's get out to these phone lines. Listen, I'm sorry. Go for it.
I didn't know Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. and Oscar De La Hoya for Cinco de Mayo weekend. I did not know.
They fought twice.
Right. So there you go.
All right. Well, we want to get your immediate reaction. We thought it was a shocker that this guy not only made weight, but came in a pound under, right? Or a half pound under. So you know the number, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. If you're a first-time caller, say you're a first-time caller. We got a producer going to get you down. We're going to give you this first-time caller intro. You're going to introduce yourself. You're going to tell us your name, where you're from, and then you're going to give us your immediate reaction to the Julio Cesar Chavez, Saul Canelo Alvarez weigh-in. We're going to go out to our sponsors for a quick word, and then we're going to be taking your call. So listen, if you want to call in absolutely free, hit us up on Skype, Nestor Gibbs, NESTOR-GIBBS, must add first.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
And really quick, send me a tweet, TBV_casual fan, if you're not able to get through on the queue, and I'll make sure if it's worthy that I put it out there on the air.
All right, let's get out to those phone lines. I'm going to go to Amin in New Jersey. Immediate reaction. Julio Cesar Chavez may weigh half a pound under.
You know, I think that he had to show people that he took the fight seriously. I think the only disadvantage that he has at this point is the skill. I mean, it's impressive. You guys pointed out something good or something important, that he's physically underweight, but we don't know how much of a toll that's taken on him. So we can't necessarily compare it to Lemieux, but what we can say is he at least took the weight training part of this fight seriously. In terms of his tactical skills, I mean, it remains to be seen, because we can give him the benefit of the doubt on the training physically, but the boxing skill is still a little something to be desired. Canelo is the seasoned boxer. He is the A side. Canelo's been in there with Mayweather. He's been in there with Cotto. He's been in there with Lara. Say no more. Move on. Next caller.
I mean, thanks for calling in, brother. Let's go down the line. We're going to Dwayne in Rochester. Talk to us.
Hey, what's up, fellas? What's going on? My immediate reaction to the weigh-in is I'm not liking how Chavez is looking. I mean, I heard Matt, he thought he looked good. I don't know. I think he's looking a little bit drained, but I wanted to ask a question. How much how much weight will you have to put back on to look, put a little bit more weight on him, like 20 pounds? Is that too much if you put on 20 tomorrow night?
Well, they're looking to put on, Chavez is looking to get back to like 182, 181. So I'm thinking that's like 14, right, Matt?
It's like 15 pounds. Yeah.
15. So if he goes like, if he comes in like at 185, is that good? 186. You think that's healthy?
That might be a little bit too heavy. That might be a little bit too heavy in my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I like the way.
Memo did say that he is predicting that Canelo comes in at 185.
I like the way Canelo looked. I'm just saying by the eye test, but Canelo looked real good. I mean, I could be wrong, but I just like the way Canelo looked. He looked like he ready to go. Not saying that Chavez don't look like he ready to go. I'm just saying, just by the eye test, I like how Canelo looked, and I'm thinking. I think it's going to be a great fight. I'm looking forward to it, but I got Canelo stopping him in the 9th or 10th round.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in, Dwayne. We're going to go out to California. We're going to go to some alumni callers, Ali and Dago.
Ali Kumaye. Thank God that niggas seen another day.
Yeah, it was good, Boxing Voice. I'm not really surprised he made the weight because of everything on the line. I felt he would, and he actually looked better than I thought he would look. But and now I think he's going to eat all the carne asada burritos, carne asada fries on Cinco de Mayo, and all that other Mexican shit. So he'll get up to the 180s, which I hope he does, because I feel he'll be better at that weight. And I do believe he's going to use boxing skills because, he got Marquez's trainer. So I feel like there was a reason why he got him. I don't think he's just going to fight this little man's fight. I think he knows he has to use his height, and I think that's what Marquez's trainer is going to do, make him use his height. So I feel he's going to use his height. I do feel he's going to trade because that's just in him. But I feel he's going to surprise people with his boxing ability. But I didn't get to call in yesterday, so mark me down for Canelo to win. And but I think it's going to be controversial. I'm sticking with my prediction. I think it's going to be a controversial decision. A lot of people are going to be upset thinking Chavez won, but Canelo's going to get the decision. And that's my call, y'all. Stay with tomorrow night.
Yo, Matt, that's what I'm calling for. Remember, I said as soon as this started that would be the best thing that could happen for Canelo. Why? Because, he doesn't have to fight Triple G if it's a controversial fight or a loss. These guys will go on and do what other Mexicans have done, trilogies, rematches, things like that. If he's of the, notion that he doesn't want to fight Triple G like many believe, can you see that? Chavez winning and being robbed? Casual?
It's possible. Didn't we learn? Didn't we learn that the sanction hires the judges? The only way it would be robbed if it's the.
Yeah, well, remember, there's no sanctioning body here because Canelo said, "Hey, WBC, keep your belt. We're good."
Wow. So, yeah, it's possible, but let's hope not. Let's hope Chavez walks away with the victory clearly and decisively.
Well, I don't hope for anyone in particular to win. I just want it to be a clear decision if it goes to the cards and it's not a robbery. I don't think any fan would want that on either side. And I don't think it's going to happen. I think this fight's not going to the decision. I don't think it's going on 12.
I hate that Triple G's made an announcement or through his promoter or team is saying that he's not going to be on hand. Listen, I want to remind everyone, if you're enjoying this show, if you like what you stumbled across on, hit that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show, and subscribe to the channel because we're going to be doing an immediate reaction to the live fight. As soon as that fight is over, as soon as Max Kellerman is done with his post-fight interview, Casual, the Hipster, myself will be here live to take your calls. It's going to be late at night, but we'll still be up. So remember that number, 1-425-569-5241. We're going to be taking immediate calls. Want your immediate reaction immediately after Saturday night's huge event. So we're going to go back out to those phone lines. But yeah. Anyone want to answer that question? No? No.
Wait. Big show tomorrow night. Make sure you call in. What's the question? I missed it. The controversial. Do we want that? Is that possible?
Yeah. Do you want that? Do you want to see them have to do a rematch? Kind of all Mexican affair. I don't understand. And you know what? Maybe Casual. You just came from Mexico on vacation, having fun out there. Maybe you can explain. And Matt, who's more the politician, into the politics of stuff. Maybe you guys can explain to me what Blackface said. Why the fuck is this fight not in Mexico? Why is it not in a 100,000 seat arena in Mexico the way that the UK takes fights to the United Kingdom? And they do 90,000 in Wimbledon or whatever.
That's a great question. I didn't hear that. I don't know if that arena, does that arena exist in Mexico?
That is 100,000.
Of course it does.
The soccer stadiums, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So where? Yeah, that's an awesome ass question.
Money, come on, man. They cannot charge the same amount per ticket as they do in Mexico City as they are in Vegas. Look at the ticket prices for this event.
But that's
There's no way they can get the gate revenue that they're going to get off of this fight. It's going to be a multi-million-dollar gate, and they will not be able to get that in Mexico City.
But MGM is only T-Mobile. Well, T-Mobile is like in the 20,000s, right?
Yeah, but we're talking about price per ticket.
Well, I mean, 100,000 seats.
But you're going to charge how many pesos per ticket for that compared to U.S. dollars in America? Like this is apples and oranges economics right here.
Well, we would have to research. I don't know.
All right, well, let's get to the phone lines. We're going to go to Gabe in Salt Lake City. We're looking for your immediate reaction. Canelo Chavez weigh-in. Chavez actually made the weight, and he's half pound under.
Yeah. Man, I just caught up. I just watched your guys' face-off preview to this fight. Like I said all the time, man, you guys are the hardest working in the podcast game. But, man, I was impressed with Chavez. I don't think he looked like a skeleton after the weigh-in, so that's a plus. But I think this fight's going to go down like the Liam Smith fight. I think he's going to KO him body shot. I think he just looks a little too thin to take Canelo's body shots, especially at a bigger weight. You said he looks like a young Mike Tyson. So if he gets him with the body shot, man, Chavez is looking a little too skinny. Unless Memo has a trick up his sleeve to put some weight on back, in a healthy way where he's not, slow. I think he's going to get him out of there with the body shot. I also didn't call, so that's my prediction from yesterday. And I heard you guys debating, like, who's the biggest star now? Is it Canelo or is it AJ? I just want to ask you guys this question. Let's say Canelo wins tomorrow. What's the one fight in boxing you want to see the most?
Well, Canelo, if he wins tomorrow, he didn't beat a legend. He beat the son of a legend. Number one.
No, maybe. Hold on. Maybe, did you understand the question?
I understood it.
Who's the biggest star and how big?
In general.
Go ahead. Ask the question.
Just in general, what's the number one fight you want to see in boxing?
Triple G Canelo.
You get to pick any. Huh?
Triple G Canelo. That's the number one fight in boxing right now.
That's the number one, and the one that's brewing right now is AJ versus Deontay Wilder.
Yep, but that's not to the level of Triple G.
Percolating. That's percolating, but AJ
Wilder does bigger numbers than Canelo Triple G, hands down.
In the UK,
everywhere.
No,
everywhere.
No.
Listen, I'll tell you the impact that AJ.
AJ is huge,
impactful too. As soon as he won.
And it's the heavyweight division. It's the most casual division known to boxing. It's the one that got boxing, man.
Right.
Okay. Then if Canelo Triple G happens in September, and let's say just for argument's sake that Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua happens on September, which event's bigger? I really don't think it's Joshua Wilder. I think Joshua Wilder could become. I think it could become a bigger event. But it's not a bigger event right now. It's not.
How is it not a bigger event when Wilder's already saying he'll go to United Kingdom? So that means that Joshua and them going to sell more tickets and more pay-per-views plus international pay-per-views.
And it's a unification.
No.
And immediately after AJ winning,
Canelo's the lineal champion at middleweight.
Listen,
man, lineal my ass. Now you're grabbing on.
But they're going to be saying that it's for the lineal belt of middleweight.
The caller, you phone jack.
I phone jacked him. He asked us a question.
I know, Gabe. What are you saying? Hold on, we phone jacked you.
I'm sorry, man. I was just trying to make it a quick question, but I knew it was going to spark a debate. But I'm saying the Canelo Triple G fight is the one fight I think that can fill the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, get a 90,000 people in the U.S., where I know Joshua Wilder cannot do that. In the UK,
they can't do it in the US.
Yeah, they can't do it in the US. You said they could do it in the UK, but they would not sell any. They would not sell any US pay-per-view. They would not put that fight on pay-per-view. You cannot do a pay-per-view into the United States at 5 p.m. Eastern time. It just does not work.
You're right.
2 p.m. Pacific time. That would not work. I think the Canelo Triple G fight is much bigger. and I think Canelo's still at top. I think AJ is making more money, though. I think AJ is a cash cow, like you said, because he's the heavyweight. That's the weight class that put boxing on the map and always will be. It will roll boxing. But I think Canelo still has a fan base and might even, win them with money, if that even makes sense. Outsell them in pay-per-views in the U.S. Where do the pay-per-views go for? Let's say twice as much, 3 times as much, because the UK pay-per-views are 1/3 of the price they are here in the States. And that's my call, guys. Debate now. Thank you. Guys are the best. TBV.
Yo,
Hey, thanks for calling in, brother.
Awesome question too. I want to address that because first off, Canelo versus Triple G, I think they would sell out maybe in Dallas, right? But I also believe that if AJ, because he brought up the point that when 2 p.m. pay-per-view doesn't work, it's possible that might be a true statement. But if they are to fight in Dallas as well, that holds 90,000 seats, I think that AJ could sell out here on the pay-per-view with Deontay Wilder as a dancing partner, as well as that 2/3 difference or that 1/3 price difference in the UK. I think those numbers will be high. It's a heavyweight division. And as soon as AJ defeated Klitschko, the percolator went off, started whistling. So that is an immediate big fight attraction, bigger than Canelo Triple G in my eyes. But Triple G and Canelo is also a big fight.
Look, he opened it up for debate. We're talking Canelo Chavez in that weight, but we're also talking now, if Canelo beats Chavez, is that Triple G fight a super fight? Or is a super heavyweight fight a super fight? And Casual has a point, Matt. If you bring those heavyweights to a stadium, the capacity of a Dallas, where you could sell tickets at the price that Canelo sold his tickets when he was in Texas, maybe you do put a lot of seats in there, but I don't know. Arguing the logic with Gabe, he's right. A fight in the UK can't sell pay-per-views here in the US, so it's difficult, but those are the subjects now. Our callers bringing up some interesting topics, sparking some debate. This is our immediate reaction of Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Julio Cesar Chavez. The weigh-in, it's official. Chavez made weight. Canelo made weight. They both look and feel great. They didn't rush to any Pedialyte. We're taking calls 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time if you want to voice your opinion on the Voice of the People hotline. We're going to go out to the United Kingdom.
Very, very quickly, I just want to address one quick thing. Why I think Triple G Canelo is a bigger fight is because the B side in that fight is bigger than the B side in AJ Wilder. Triple G is a bigger B side than Wilder is, so that's why I think it's just a bigger fight overall.
How? When everyone argues that Triple G's resume,
Triple G has sold more pay-per-views. He has sold more tickets. He has gone coast to coast and sold out venues. Wilder has not done that.
Yeah, but if they put Wilder's highlight reel and AJ's highlight reel, then they sold it.
You put Triple G's highlight reel and Canelo's highlight reel, and it sells it too. What are you talking about?
The equal fight.
Everyone in this equation, it makes their resume on being a hard hitter. Everyone in this equation, Triple G, Canelo, Joshua, Wilder, they're all heavy hitters.
Yes, and that's what makes it an exciting casual fan attraction. Both people, casual fans are going to step up like they're hardcore fans. Like, yo, do you know AJ? He's the guy that beat Klitschko. Yo, do you know who Triple G is? That's the guy that beat all these other guys. Nobody wants to fight him.
Canelo needs to knock out Chavez. He's got to continue this knockout streak so that he could, put some fear and trick some casual fans into thinking that he's got this extra power, because it's Casual was right. In that Canelo Triple G fight, you don't think 2 punches, but in that Wilder AJ fight, you think disaster. 2 punches, guaranteed knockout. We're going back out to the phone lines. Like I said, from the United States, we're going to the United Kingdom.
¿A quién le van? ¿A quién le van? Aquí está su gallo.
Coach Mitty, talk to us.
Yo, what's up, TBV? So you know me, Ness. I love complaining. How the hell did we get from talking boxing to starting counting people's money, man? I don't understand that. But I guess I'm in a minority, so I'll talk about boxing. Chavez didn't look drained to me. It looked all right. Fair play to him. A fighter usually gives you an indication that he's not going to make weight or he's going to struggle with weight 2 weeks before the weigh-in. And Chavez never showed that he was going to struggle. So it was not really in doubt, especially with the news that yesterday it was at 165. It was going to, I always knew that he was going to make 164.5 easily. And he did it in style. He made 164 instead of 164.5. So fair play to him. I agree with Matt. He brought out a lot of good points. I think Amin also did said the same thing. The weight is not going to be an issue tomorrow night, and it's going to be the skill factor and the power that Canelo brings. One caller talked about Canelo stopping him and going to the body. I also agree with that. Body shots are going to be devastating tomorrow, just because that's the way to get to Chavez Jr. And you talked about like him trying to box and just use his jab. With his advantages, like physical advantages, you would think that it has to be a strategy. But because of the skill differential, I don't think he needs to box. I think he needs to do whatever he's the best at and try to come forward and put as much pressure as he can on Canelo. Because if he tries to box, Canelo will slip inside his jab and will just punish that body easier than what he would do anyway. So, but that's really my call. Like the business side is not so much what I'm interested in. So that's all.
But what business side are you talking about? We never talked about money. We talked about how big a fight is.
Yeah, exactly. But when people like talking about how big the fight is, how much pay-per-view people selling, this is how much money you're counting for people. I don't really care about that. I want to see.
No. That's
but that's part of the sport. That's part of sport. You hear that in basketball. You hear that in baseball. Yo, this guy signed for this.
Yeah, but I don't care.
But how else? But how else do you gauge a big fight then, Coach Mitty? What do you gauge in a big fight? Because both fights are great fights.
Mitty's a purist. Mitty's a purist who thinks that we should not talk about pay-per-view numbers. It's okay.
My point is, why did we have to even talk about big fights and bring in what's the biggest fight and this and that? We're talking about those two guys that will get it on tomorrow. Let's talk about, how that fight will turn out. At least that's why I listen. But I understand that everyone has, the topics that they want to hit. So I'm happy to listen, but I just don't really have an opinion. That's what I'm saying.
All right, Mitty, we got you. We're gonna go from the United Kingdom. Now we're going to. Is it China or Japan that Scorsese's at?
China,
Mr. Chinaman. What's going on, Scorsese?
I agree with Coach Mitty, man. I don't think Deontay Wilder got no place on this show, and I don't know. I agree.
Everyone that has that complaint, message Gabe from Salt Lake, because he's the motherfucker that has asked the panel that question. Okay, we did not bring it up.
I just feel like, man, how can you mention Deontay Wilder when Triple G best opponent is Danny Jacobs and Canelo's got a list and now Joshua got somebody? Now you want to talk about Deontay Wilder in that mix? Nah, man, like that's Joshua's fight. Joshua gonna make that thing big. It ain't about, it's 2 stars gonna go at it in Canelo Golovkin. So, and Deontay Wilder's just gonna kind of be a bottom feeder. He not getting 15 million like Klitschko, and same as Joshua. It's gonna be and as you speak of the 2 punchers going at it, we like to see proven fighters go at it. Deontay Wilder ain't really proved shit. So it's, to me anyway, but tomorrow, man, I look at that bite, man. Chavez drained as fuck. He been eating a 1,300 calorie diet, man. I see that shit right now. Water and 1,300 calories, hours and hours in the gym. His body been feeling, his head been feeling it. I've been there before. This motherfucker finna get hurt tomorrow. But one thing I can't discount about this fight, I might be right and I might be wrong. My pick for Joshua Klitschko was Joshua by destruction. I was damn near right. But one thing I discounted was when a motherfucker on his last legs and he don't really want to go, he might pull some shit out his bag. And that's what Chavez might do, man. This is his last chance right here. And then after that, at least a rematch with Canelo, this is his last go at it, basically. Being an opponent, he can be an opponent later down the line, but this is his last chance to claim Mexico, get love from them people. He might show the fuck up, man. He might show up, but I think the body and being drained, I'm going with Canelo.
All right, brother. If he makes a good case for himself, he can probably get a Triple G fight, maybe a Lemieux fight. 323 Santiago in LA. Talk to us.
Hey guys, so I'm not surprised that Chavez made the weight, to be honest with you, but I was surprised that Canelo ended up weighing the exact same as Chavez. I figured he would have been a little lower, like maybe 162, 161, since it is his first time at a heavier weight. So it is going to be interesting to see how the weights play into effect for both guys, because obviously this is a new weight for Canelo, and then Chavez does look weight drained. So it's going to be interesting to see how Chavez puts on the weight and how the new weight, the heavier weight, affects Canelo. That's my call.
All right, Santiago, let's get out to Orlando, Florida. Majid, talk to us. Immediate reaction.
One second. Can you come back to me? I'm sorry.
No problem, Majid. We got you. We're going to 817. First time calling in. Who's this?
This is Manos de Iron.
Hands of Iron. Have you called in before?
Manos de Hierro.
No, I have not.
No, you have not. Great. How long have you been listening, my friend?
Been listening since Canelo Mayweather.
Oh, wow. All right, great. Well, we got this first time caller intro. I'm sure you know. We're going to go ahead and play that. You give us your name and obviously where you're calling from, and then take off with your call.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
This is Manos de Iron. Viva Mexico, cabrones.
Where you calling in from, Mano de Iron?
That was Fort Worth.
Fort Worth. All right. We was out there in
we
was out there in the DFW the other day, brother. Thanks for calling in. Matt, make sure you get him down. Go for it.
Well, I could just say this much as far as Canelo, he is a superstar. And this fight with Chavez, pretty much Chavez has to box for the first 6 rounds because Canelo's going to be a little bulldog. Chavez coming down like a little hound dog almost. But he's going to have to drive out, let Canelo get tired out with his muscles, and then he's going to be able to do that Mexican-style boxing. And as far as this fight goes, I still favor Canelo maybe 80 to, or I would say 70-30. It's going to be a good fight. Either way, I'm rooting for Canelo, but I still want Chavez to show up. And as far as Deontay Wilder and Joshua, Wilder still has to build up his resume a little bit more. And by that, I mean, if he's able to fight anybody from England, he'll do good. And now, I'm sorry I'm going on different styles or whatever, but I just wanted to say 2 things. And shout out to Boxing Voice. You're doing a great job. Thank you for doing this immediate reaction. And the fight is going to happen as far as with Triple G, Canelo. It's going to be a good fight. I still favor Canelo. And that's pretty much what I have to say. And shout out to the Boxing Boys. They're doing a great job. Thank you.
Hands of Iron, brother. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for being a first-time caller. Dallas, Fort Worth in the building. And great immediate reaction. We're going to go out to our Skype with Seth in Scotland. Talk to us.
Yo, what's up, guys? How you doing? You hear me?
Seth, you totally got to update your Skype. That's why it's difficult to add. I had to hang up on everyone. For whatever reason, your Skype is not allowing you to.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I was like, sorry about that, man. Not trying to fuck shit up for you, but you know what? I was thinking about it because you guys were talking about whether or not a middleweight fight would be better than a heavyweight super fight.
Well, not better. We're just saying which fight is bigger. And I guess, you know, as casual as we all are, we're using pay-per-views and ticket sales to justify it. But that is not that's not the main topic. What's more, you know, the topic is the immediate reaction on the fact that Chavez actually made weight and that he's half a pound under.
Well, it's interesting, right? I mean, because maybe we've all been led to believe that Homeboy was like always having to fight like light heavyweight, And maybe this is actually quite easy for him. Maybe it's a lot easier for him to make this than we've, I don't know, been led to believe. I'm not really sure. I'm not, I've only followed his career, like right around the Martinez fight, So, and then he went up and got his ass kicked in light heavyweight. So maybe this is just easier for him to make that weight. I don't know, man.
Yeah, when we were watching it live on our Patreon only live feed of this, we were saying to ourselves, he does look thin, but Triple G is a small middleweight. He's weighing in at 160 early, 5 days out. He's like 165. So, maybe Chavez is able to make this weight, or maybe, after this fight, he belongs at 168. But still in all, he's definitely around the right weight where he should be, Yeah. Hopefully he could give us 100% of him, Seth, and we get a great fight. Now, we were discussing him possibly getting an upset, or, one of the callers mentioned something like, all right, what if Chavez wins but gets robbed? Can you see any of those scenarios, or you think that's too far-fetched?
Whether he gets robbed? You mean like we're talking like if he, like what? If to our eyes he wins like an 8-4 sort of thing,
and they give it to Canelo, the super boy.
I mean, that's a slight possibility, but I don't see that happening. I for some reason I don't see that happening. But I mean, I could understand why we might think that, because Canelo's like that dude right now, right? Like after all is said and done, his career is going to go farther than Chavez Jr., right? So yeah, I understand that logic, but I don't know. No, I mean, I think if Chavez actually wins the decision, wow, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, we got to check it out. Seth, we're going to get to some other callers. We got an immediate reaction show going. While I got all of you guys out there, listen, check us out on Patreon. Support us there. We got a ton of exclusive footage. I actually just put out 2 very exclusive interviews. One with Earl Spence and Derek James, his trainer. It's about 13 minutes long, talking in depth, never before seen. Comparisons to Sugar Ray Robinson and Marvin Hagler, all sorts of things. And not just comparisons, but debunking. So, we got a lot of other stuff. Like I said, we did a live a live chat of the, Canelo and Chavez weigh-in that we did there. So definitely check us out on Patreon. We're going to head on out to the phone lines. We're going to some alumni we got. So you already know what time it is. Usually alumni get some of this.
It's the info Joe.
This portion of the show we call In the Know, presented by my brother.
TBV, pound for pound. Yo, I was surprised Chavez made weight. He did look kind of Skeletorish, like Skeletor. He did look sick and weight drained to me, man. I picked Canelo, but I'll be rooting for Chavez on the low key. And man, shout out to his handlers, man, for putting in that work, making that guy shrink down to that weight class, man. They did a great job, man. But I hope. What do you think that he will rehydrate back to? What is your guesstimation?
Well, I'm not going to guess. I'm just going off of what Memo said. Memo said he'd make this weight. Memo says he's going to come back to 181, 182. So I'm going to go with Memo.
Hey, what does Canelo normally rehydrate to in his last fight? You remember?
Well, I mean, there's been records of him being as high as 174, but remember, this is a different division. We don't know how much his body is actually going to rehydrate to. This will be a first for all of us, man. He's looking like a little cartoon character, like a fucking, in my Spanish guys, my Mexicanos out there, muñequito and shit. He looking like a little He-Man doll or something, bro. I don't know, man. We'll see.
Hey, man,
we'll see if that translates to power.
I'm thinking that by him gaining weight, he might be a little slower and might not be a little bit agile like he normally is. And it might be a real competitive fight, man. I was down in this fight, but I think it's going to be a good fight. If Chavez blows up to 180, it's gonna make it real interesting, man. I don't know what I mean. I think Canelo should win, but with the asterisk in both of the fighters, man, it's gonna be pretty competitive. I think, man. I don't think it's gonna be a shutout. But to the other question, the other caller had brought up, Stainless had texted me like, when is the next TBB party? I was like, I don't know, but I know it has to be a big fight to make everybody want to travel. And GGG versus Canelo would make everybody travel, I think, or Wilder versus Joshua. Those are two big fights, man. That's something to think about for the next one, if it happens. That's my call, brothers. Peace. Good show.
All right, brother. Well, thanks again for calling in. We're going to go from
If Wilder Joshua happens in the UK, TBV party in the UK?
I won't be able to say yeah to that, man. It's too many, this would be our fourth one, and I've learned off experience, LOX, and too difficult to do from another state. The New York one was all that it was because I'm in that tri-state area. Try doing that from another country, bro. No way, Jose. I doubt it, man. We would need we would need another Matt in the UK, someone that is like that on the end that could do so much. I mean, I don't see it happening. But from one part of California to another, right? Larry, what up? San Francisco.
Hey, big up to the Boxing Voice. True story. The happiest man of all time is me. The day I married my wife 5 years ago. But without question, the second happiest man of all time is Julio Cesar Chavez. The minute he got off that scale, because it was all you can eat, and I guarantee it'll be that until we get to the ring tomorrow night.
Lies.
Big
Larry.
ups to him. I am lies.
Yeah,
what you mean?
He didn't rush to get anything to eat or drink. He was very nonchalant, chilling. He didn't. You know who ran to get something to drink? David Lemieux. He needed Pedialyte immediately. Chavez was very chill. He actually had a lot of bravado in his face. We were talking about that while we were watching it live. I don't think he was in a hurry to eat. He didn't show that anyway, for real. He had a good poker face. He even remember, he even did the interview afterwards with Berto Duran, man. Where did you witness him running?
Ness.
Yes.
Hey, Ness.
Yes.
You're messing up a good story with facts. I'm trying to paint a picture here, and you're coming with truth. Get out of here with that.
Oh,
yeah, I hear you. You're right, but the larger point is the boy will be grubbing. It's like the old Looney Tunes cartoons when the dude's running around chasing hot dogs and steaks in the air, but they're not really there. That's what he was doing. But anyway, enough of that. I thought the bigger deal was how great Canelo looked at the weight. He looked strong, a lean kind of strong, and I'm more curious to see how he's going to respond to the added weight tomorrow night. I thought Chavez looked way too drawn. He did not handle that drop down well, but you would expect that because he's a bigger dude than Canelo. But, it's the weigh-in. Nobody wins any part of the fight at the weigh-in, but that was my takeaway from that. Lastly, with the whole Wilder, Joshua, Triple G, and Canelo, if the Joshua-Wilder fight's in the UK, then it has a chance to rival that. But if it's in the United States, please. Triple G and Canelo are far out doing that fight. But like Scorsese said, that's a topic for another time. And like I said, I'm out.
All right, Larry, thank you for calling in.
You can't handle the truth.
I guess I can't. I thought for some reason Wilder and Joshua was a big fight. Let's go from San Francisco to Houston, Texas.
JD, motherfucker.
There's a lot of things I like to move, so just try to get on my game, my boxing. I don't know why they gonna call me, but I'm a 54-pounder. But I have a brother that's at 160.
Yo, what's going on? Weigh in? I don't know, man. You know what came across my mind during the weigh-in and after Canelo threw those punches after the face-off? I asked myself, was that nervous energy or was that just I'm ready? Like, because I've never seen Canelo do that before. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, where's this energy coming from? And then another question I asked myself was like, okay, Chavez was. I'm pretty sure I looked at it like the big brother, little brother theory. You know what I'm saying? The little brother always has something to prove, and the big brother. I'm basically asking, does Canelo have something to prove to himself? That he's been wanting to get off his chest? Is that what the whole reason for this fight? And I think so. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to know y'all take on that. You know what I'm saying? Because first, my question to you is, have he ever done that before?
To do
and,
what? Throw the punch?
I gotta add to that, man.
Throw the punch after the weigh-in?
Yeah, like have you ever?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I never seen him
gave that energy up.
I never seen him do that. I think his ego brought that energy forward because, he got Oscar De La Hoya in his head. You know what I'm saying? He's the celebrity. He's the A side. He's going to finish him. And we don't need the WBC. I'm not sure if he's including that part. But I just think his ego, you know what I'm saying? That
his people are there too, man. His people are there. He's got to rile up the crowd, I think. Listen, there's a lot at stake. And it's like you said, JD. I buy the whole family thing, the losses with the brothers and the just the family rivalry coming up in the amateurs.
Yeah. And the last thing I gotta say about the actual weigh-in, I don't know where he's gonna come in at, you know what I'm saying? But I know Canelo is looking like he's in motherfucking shape.
Good shape.
Hey man, but I gotta go, man. I'm finishing up at work.
All right, JD, man. Drive safe, man. Take it easy.
And also, very quickly, I just want to say, if it is nervous energy, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like there is such thing as positive nerves, especially in competition at this level.
You know what's positive? If you hit that thumbs up button and you let us know you like what you're seeing, we're going to be doing more immediate reactions. I just want to remind you, we're going to do another immediate reaction show to this actual fight come Saturday night. The minute Max Kellerman finishes interviewing these guys, we will be live to interview basically you and get your thoughts on this. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel and remember the number. All right, so now we're going to go out to more alumni.
What up, Boxing Boys?
Compa en Los Ángeles, ¿cómo está?
Hey man, estoy muy bien, chico, listo para la pelea mañana, Canelo contra Chávez.
¿Cómo viste?
Casual, what up, Matt?
What's up, compadito?
What's up, brother?
Mi canal.
Hey, man, I just want to say, man, I'm not really, I'm surprised, that Chavez made the weight. But, come on, man, he's been training for like a year already, man, so he should have made that weight. But super excited for the fight. Fight prediction, I'm going with my boy Chavez. I think to win the fight, he's going to have to take Canelo to deep waters and test Canelo's chin, man, because when was the last time Canelo fought a puncher? Not saying that Chavez is a puncher, but I'm not too high on Canelo's chin.
For the record, that is not me.
You sure that wasn't you?
Hey, that was not me. Fuck you, Ness.
Hey, Ness. Hey, I'm excited for the undercard too, man. I'm excited for the real SoCal versus NorCal, man.
Jojo Diaz versus Tino Avila.
Jojo Diaz.
Yeah, man. Who you got in that one?
Yeah, man. I'm excited for that fight too. I'm going for Jojo, man. He's from East LA, so I got to go with Jojo.
He's the bigger kid, though. He's bigger than Tino, man.
Hey, I'm going with Lemieux and man, that Transformer Lucas fight. I kind of have it a toss up, but I'm gonna stay loyal to Lucas, man, and I got Lucas. But good looking out, Boxing Boys. Hey, one more thing. I think Chavez is gonna have his Nate Diaz moment. Surprise, motherfuckers. Good looking out, Boxing Boys. Chavez, Canelo, 2, baby, September.
Compa.
Canelo 2, baby, September. No GG.
Very quickly, I have a question for you, Compa. Compa, I have a question for you before you leave. Who's bigger in LA in your opinion? Joseph Diaz or Oscar Valdez?
Yeah. What was at the last Valdez? I'm gonna go with Diaz, just because I know you're gonna say Valdez, so I'm going with Diaz, baby. Now, hey, I don't know though, man. Hey, let's see the fight happen though. Hey, good looking out, boxing boys.
Compa, thanks for calling in, brother. You are the man. Oh man, that's hilarious. He says he's gonna go with Diaz because you're gonna say Valdez. We're going out to Brad. Brad, talk to me in Bakersfield, California, brother. What's going on?
Hey guys, okay. It's like this. I believe in the dream, and everybody wants to see Chavez win. But I also believe in the skill that Canelo has, and I don't think he's going to be able to deal with that. And a lot of people agree with that for a good reason. But here's about the weigh-in, okay? I don't want to get off topic. He made weight. He did his part. That was what was important. He's definitely going to be bigger than Canelo when it's come fight time, right? And he's definitely bigger in size, like structurally as well, right? And he does have that to use to his advantage, and he does have one of the best trainers ever. Like, he's a Hall of Fame trainer in Nacho. And at the same time, is it too late for that? I don't know. He has his dad in his corner. So, the dreamer that has it all, you know what I mean? He has his dad in his corner. He has, and his dad's like the biggest legend of Mexico since ever. And, he has a lot of advantages in regards to that than someone else in his position, but not in regards to beating Canelo skill-wise. So, that's the truth of the fight, no matter who's going to tell you what. And that's my call. And so make sure that you get on Patreon, guys. There's a lot of great content, as Ness pointed out, and even I can enjoy it. And another thing, make sure that you subscribe and get notifications on Twitter as well as YouTube, especially if you're not a ringer. The Twitter gives you a big heads up. Hey, we're coming on. So, you definitely want to be on. We want to get you call in, and make sure to do that. Ness and Matt and all the others are awesome guys. I always shout out to them. And as always, thank you.
Brad, thank you for all the kind words and obviously putting out the word about Patreon. Speaking of, I released about 3 new exclusive Patreon only things. Check it out. Don't be late, because we got some lost files. Very great interview with Justin Deloach with some choice words for Jamal Charlo and both Jamal and Jamel. Why? Because he's sparred with them. He's been in there with them. He even went at the young gunner, Erickson Lubin. Listen, let's get back out to these phone lines. We go into the 443. It's usually Baltimore.
It's Baltimore, gentlemen. The gods will not save you.
Four 443-956. 443-956. First time calling in. Four 443-956. Going once.
What, is that you?
Going twice. Going out to some alumni, moving along, keeping the phone lines moving. We're going out to ATL.
I told y'all a long time ago, the Kirkland will go down 3 rounds.
Next, I got milk, baby.
Yo, man. So I didn't see the weigh-in. I saw some pictures. I was surprised that they both came in at 164. That shit still amazes me, man, how they can get that shit down. It's almost like a science how they can drop weight like that. But at first I looked at Chavez and he looked a little drained, but then I went back and looked at his weigh-in pictures from when he fought Martinez, and he basically looked the same. His stomach always does this concave thing, so he looks pretty much like he always does. But I'm curious to see how much he blows up to. When he jumped up a little bit in weight and fought from far, that's when he was a little sluggish. He looked pretty good against Andy Lee, so he doesn't get too heavy, man. I think he can stay competitive throughout the night. He's gonna have to stay on Canelo's ass like white on rice and just try to grind him down, man. Try to impose his will on the smaller man in the 10th, 11th, and 12th round, and just hope he can win like that, because he ain't gonna outbox him. But yeah, that's all I got, man. Yeah, that's all I got on that.
All right, Milkman, thanks for calling in, brother. Don't forget, we will be doing an immediate reaction on Saturday night, right? Once Kellerman is done, we'll be back. We're going to go out to Pittsburgh. It's the Billy Goat. What's going on?
What's up, Ness? How you doing, buddy?
Oh, man, I'm good, brother. Hey. Another day, another podcast. Chavez made weight. He's half a pound under.
I got a question for you and Matt. What happened to my boy MD? The Skip Bayless of the boxing voice.
He's gone.
He couldn't take it.
He couldn't take it.
Kitchen got hot.
Man, I can't believe it. What he quit? Did he quit? He run out the kitchen.
He's gone.
No more.
Or did Fight Doctor don't know shit about boxing scare him away?
Neither.
You
want to talk about the topic of the show?
What's that?
You want to talk about the topic of the show or a former host?
Yes. Well, first, you cut me off the other day. I just want to say that Earl Spence interview you did was awesome, and I liked how you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
How you caught that with Bruner about him being buddy with everybody he doesn't want to fight. I like how you was calling, asking Earl Spence about that, about fighting friends, about because I seen that too about Broner acting like he's that's his new boy because he don't want to fight him. I like that. I like how you caught that. But I think Chavez is gonna. I think his chances are slim to none in this fight. I think if anything. If he does win, it's going to be because the weight on Canelo is going to slow him down and maybe wind him a little bit in the later rounds because he got that extra weight on him now. So maybe he can get a punch in there, and put him down with a lucky punch. But other than that, no, I don't think he hasn't fought even though Canelo takes a lot of heat. He has fought a lot of elite fighters. And even going back to like a lot of people saying, he fought that dude from the Contender. Chavez fought a dude from the Contender too. He fought that man Freddie on a HBO fight. And who's he fought? Andy Lee, that's it. I think Chavez is going to be chopped up. I think he's going to get chopped up tomorrow night. But I think his only chance is a punch and going towards the end of the fight, if Canelo, that extra weight affects him. But I think that's like a very slim to none. I think it will probably go to distance. Canelo will win it. Even if it was a close fight, Canelo's going to, get it. But, that's what I think. What do you guys think? What do you think, Matt?
That is your time. Thanks for calling in, my friend Matt. Go.
I think you brought up a lot of good points. My opinion still stays of Chavez looking good. I think we just ignore the weight issues. If anything, that's just going to have a black cloud over this fight, and it's already sort of a mismatch and intended to be a showcase for Canelo. So let's just talk about the merits of the fight. Let's get over the weigh-in. They're both weighed in, half a pound under, same weight. And I thought both guys looked healthy.
Yeah, Canelo looked more solid. We're going to 480. 480. Are you a first-time caller?
Yes, I am. How are you doing today, Ness?
We're doing good. We're doing good. Listen, how long have you been listening?
Oh, this is actually like my 4th podcast I listened to today.
Oh, man. Oh, today. But how long have you been listening all together?
Not today, the day before. Yeah, I mean, I've been listening to you, but I followed the Klitschko, the podcast. That's what got me really interested in podcasts.
Oh, man, nice. So you're absolutely new. Listen, we're going to go ahead and play this first-time caller intro. You go ahead and let us know your name and where you're calling from.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut,
Brandon Escalante, calling from Phoenix, Arizona.
Brandon?
Yes, sir.
Sweet, man. We got a lot of Phoenix guys. All right, Brandon, what's going on? Talk to us.
Hey, man. Okay, so let's just get down to business. So I honestly think that Chavez is going to take this fight. I feel like he's more hungry. He's more determined for this fight. I feel like his father's pressure and the pressure of Mexico altogether is going to make him have the heart to beat Canelo. I feel like he's going to just finally just explode to the person he needs to be in that fight. And I just feel like Chavez Jr. definitely takes this fight. What is your opinion, Ness?
Brandon, I am on the opposite side of the track on that one, brother. I think that the skill of Canelo is going to probably take this one. But guess what, man? You just found us, but you need to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure that you're also subscribed, Blind Man Brand says, to Twitter, because we're going to be doing an immediate reaction show as soon as Max Kellerman finished interviewing both fighters, and we could see who's right or wrong. Is it Brandon from Phoenix or the majority of the public that's picking Saul Canelo Alvarez? Brandon, thanks again for calling in. We're going to go out from Phoenix to La República Dominicana. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, my hometown. Nelson, what's going on?
How you doing, man? What's up?
Dímelo. What you think about this? Chavez actually made weight.
Tranquilo, hermano. Aquí tú sabes, escuchando el programa. Nítido. Tune up. And I'm not surprised that Chavez made the weight. It seems that he made a great job, and he proves how wonderful trainer Nestor is. I think he has his chances in the fight. I don't think he's a favorite or anything like that, but he has some good chances. I think he's gonna go up really heavy, around 185 or 90, and that gives him good chances to win the fight by knockout. I don't think he could win the fight before the 7th round because Canelo is so explosive between those rounds. I think if he had a chance, it's going to be after the 8th or 9th round. Maybe Canelo will start to slow down. I don't know, because Chavez had a great camp and a great training. So I think he will be in very physical conditions and the stamina will be there to last in the fight. And I think that will be a very interesting fight. I hope Chavez to win. I think Canelo has been he's like his ego is too big right now. He thinks like he's not. There's no way he could lose the fight. And I think he maybe that could play against him in the fight.
All right, Nelson. Hey, well, we'll find out Saturday night, and you'll be able to give us your immediate reaction Saturday night. Make sure that you're subscribed, brother. You want to get that notification letting you know that we're live so that we can all chop it up. We're going to go out to Boston, Massachusetts.
Yo, first of all, let me say, I don't pay Showtime to see you all damn not even putting a goddamn motherfucking effort. If I want to see some motherfucker just fight, I pick up a fight with somebody in the street. Don't need that shit. You don't love that form I do? Just move along. Gone. Fuck you. Next, what a great show. Thumbs up, donate.
Hey, yo.
What up?
What's cracking? Listen, I see mad people watching this show, like 400 motherfuckers there, no thumbs up. What's going on there, people? Hit that thumbs up, bro. Don't be leaking for free. Listen, I never been this excited in a long time. Been a long time, bro. I've been this excited for two Mexican fighters. There haven't been this man Simon on two Mexican fighters.
The vampires got Georgie, guys. The vampires got him.
They got me buying HD and everything, these son of a bitches. But yo, listen, bro. I want to ask a question. Do we believe that Triple G is a small middleweight? Is he a small middleweight?
I think so, man. I mean,
yes.
Before he even weighs in, he's already at like 163, 165, something like that. I mean, this last fight was his, you know, he just looks small, right? Especially compared to Daniel Jacobs next to him.
So we can say that everybody that fought Triple G on 160 is a little bigger than him.
I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say everyone. You can't paint everyone with the same brush. Look at Daniel Gill. Daniel Gill was smaller than him.
And there was a lot of people moving. There was a lot of people moving up. Remember, Rosado moved up. I mean, you know, we had Ishida moving up.
I know, but the point that I'm trying to make is that Triple G is the smallest middleweight out there. Every time even that they move up, if the Charlos move up, the Charlos is still biggest. Rosado is still bigger than him. Even though they're coming from a smaller weight class, Triple G is still the smaller guy out there. I think that's a fact. So the point that I'm trying to make with this, if Canelo fight him, this is two guys that are about the same size. There's not going to be no size difference right there. And if Triple G be beating guys that is a little bigger than him, and he fight Canelo, I think Triple G going to dust him. So they're about the same size, and we already know who crack harder. So that won't be not even a contest. I want to know who on the panel think that Canelo going really to 160 can be a Charlo or a Jacobs, or not even the likes of Triple G. I mean, this man cannot really beat anybody on 160. Not really. That's why he be making this 155 catcher shit.
But why you say that? So why do you say that?
So that will be probably the next step. Try to get Triple G and Canelo there. And that will be, on my opinion, a mismatch. I think Triple G will fucking beat him still because I don't think Canelo is a little hype. Canelo resume kind of suspect. He gotta, when he step up.
Guess what? Guess what? You're gonna find out in September, you Canelo hater.
Well, this is fact. When he fought Lara, he got a semi-loss. A lot of people see him lose. When he fought Cotto, a lot of people saw Cotto winning. So, I mean, every time this man have stepped up, he's being fucking either a loss or a semi-loss. So what we talking about here, this mystical Canelo that is unbeatable or whatnot? Chavez got a good chance. That man's side got a good chance. I will not be surprised if he wins, though. It will not be no fucking craziness. It will be right on the book. I mean, Canelo stock is really over fucking priced. You guys putting this man to a pedestal, fighting at 155 that he don't deserve, man. That's straight out the truth, bro.
So you picking Chavez?
But you know what?
You picking Chavez or you just talking?
No. I'm going with Canelo because Canelo is the money man. There ain't no way this mafia really going to allow Chavez to come out with a win. But if Chavez happens to knock him out, somehow pull it out, I will not be surprised. Most of the time that I pick on fight is not really about who's the best guy. It's about what the fuck the mafias want. And they want Canelo up there. Simple. Money man. But everybody out there support, keep hitting those thumbs up. There's still mad people watching live, so come on now.
You heard him.
It's so nice having Angel Garcia on the show.
You heard him. Hit that thumbs up. It helps with the visibility of the show, and go a step further. And
remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Subscribe to youtube.com/ThaBoxingVoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
210, Texas. What's this? San Antonio. What's going on? Who's this? First time caller? 210 412 210 412. San Antonio, Texas. Am I right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, first time caller.
All right, brother. How long have you been listening?
I just started, man.
First day ever is today?
Yeah.
Damn.
¿A quién le van? ¿A quién le van? Aquí está su gallo.
Shout out to Canelo and Chavez bringing them in. All right, brother, we're going to get and play this first time caller intro. Once you hear that, you give us your name and tell us where you're calling from, then get right into your call, man. We want your immediate reaction. Julio Cesar Chavez, Canelo weigh-in, Chavez half a pound under.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
El mero chingón.
El mero chingo from San Antonio, right?
Yeah, from San Antonio.
All right, talk to us.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I thought all these people are saying that he looked drained, but to me, he looks the same. That's for Chavez. For me, he looks the same. And I was watching it on the ESPN Deportes, and his dad said he was actually, on the digital scale, he was 163.6. And they said that on the digital scale, Canelo was 163.8. So they both weighed in at 164. A little fishy, you know what I mean? But I don't know. To me, he's the bigger man end of the day. So it's all going to come down to if Canelo has the speed to actually keep him off of him and can throw those punches to keep him off of him. Because the man's big, man. And he's going to put the pressure on him. So when he starts leaning on him and Canelo start getting tired, we're going to see when he takes him in the deep water, what he does.
Whoa. You sound like you might
think,
be picking Chavez here.
Yeah. I'm going Chavez, man.
Ooh, I love it. Listen, around here, Sunday is Crow Day, but we're also going to be doing an immediate reaction show to this fight. So as soon as Max Kellerman is done with those interviews, we're going to be live here sometime around midnight Eastern time or 9 o'clock your time. Well, no, you're probably 10 o'clock, right? Or no, you're probably 11 o'clock. But listen, El Mero Chingon, you don't want to give a better name than that? I'm going to be cursing in Spanish every time you call in, but whatever. I mean, listen, we're here at an immediate reaction on Saturday. Make sure you call back in. We got through all our callers, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone seems to be excited about this one, Matt. The casuals are coming out. Our very own resident casual fan, Enrique Church, came out. You know, he usually isn't around here too.
Yeah, for a spontaneous show. I mean, I'm shocked.
Nah, this is the one we've been waiting for, right?
Canelo. Right.
And well, I want to ask Casual a question. In your opinion, Casual, which fight's bigger? This one this weekend or last weekend?
Last week was
big.
It was huge. And
yeah, but Cash, don't let last week's results affect this week's decision.
Yeah, like on Friday going into Anthony Joshua Klitschko, did you feel like it was bigger than this Friday going into Chavez Canelo?
Oh shit, we got a 3-2-3. Is that a new number or is he late? If it's a new number, he rocks out. If it's an old number, he's late.
Hold on. Let me check. Answer that question, Cash.
Get to that question, Casual.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if we last week produced great results. It was an anticipated fight. Obviously, it sold out quick. I was looking forward to it. I was expecting different, and we got different. You know what I mean? But Anthony Joshua won overall. So tomorrow we're expecting one thing. Hopefully, you know, it's like you said, it's a spectacle. It's a bigger spectacle here in America and to the Mexican people. So, yeah, I don't even know how to answer that question. But tomorrow night,
Cash, what exactly is Cash Wheezy, aka the director of the Boxing Voice, going to be doing tomorrow? Live. What is it that we're doing? I mean, what do you got planned for the listeners and viewers of the Boxing Voice?
Yo, listeners and viewers, if you have witnessed us before in front of the Chisora versus Dylan White, right? It was another AJ night. Another AJ night. We're gonna be live, watching
Canelo versus Chavez. We're gonna be live, so we're gonna be watching the fight, and you can watch us watch the fight, and we can give you our immediate reaction as is immediately happening. So if Chavez lines that body punch, we'll be immediately reacting to that, and it'll be live, so you can comment and you can watch. You can turn your volume down
and listen to it
with our commentary, because we're going to be going crazy, but you know, it might get rated R in there, so leave the women and children to bed. Make sure you come just to watch some good boxing talk and all that good
stuff live while we're watching. You know what I mean? TBV_casual fan, TBV_casual fan. We'll respond. I will respond. I'll be on laptop.
And I am your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. We've done multiple shows today. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, that you're subscribed to iTunes so you can always catch us on the podcast. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO and my co-hosts.
I am Matt the Hipster Hunter. You can find me at Mixed Combat News on Twitter and Matt Hunter TBV on Instagram. And my MMA podcast, Mixed Combat Radio, is on Patreon, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, etc. And I will be coming back probably in about 30 minutes and doing my own show, if not tonight. So tune in, subscribe. Peace.
Later.